Hey everybody, welcome to MLSnet.com's Extra Time. I'm Greg Lalas alongside Shep, and this week we're talking about the Western Conference. FC Dallas had a thrilling 3-2 stoppage time win this past weekend to take the lead in the West. We're going to talk to young midfielder Dax McCarty. We're going to look at why teams are not winning on the road in MLS, and lastly, of course, a little mention about David Beckham. Now, Shep, we're going to start in Dallas. This is a team that has always been sort of on the fringe, and it looks like they finally have gotten some things going. What's going right in Dallas?
Greg, I think it starts with Stevie Morrow. I think he's done a great job, a sense of presence, organization, discipline, good in goal, solid at the back, and then you move into the midfield and up front. They have a ton of talent.
Yeah, they really do. And a lot of it comes down to depth right now for Dallas. I think, you look at Pablo Ricchetti, Juan Toja, the young kid, Brazilian kid, Ricardinho's in there. You've got so much depth, and Steve Morrow seems to have a system where he can fit people into that.
There's no question. Lost Kenny Cooper. They're doing well. And he's playing his third-string goalkeeper, Ray Burst Jr. The kid's doing a tremendous job.
Yeah, he really is. And that's really what it comes down to in the MLS. You have that system where it's all seeming to work out. Players are folding into that whole system. Now, we're joined now by young midfielder Dax McCarty. Dax, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Glad to be here.
Good. Now, you guys had a thrilling win this past weekend, 3-2, stoppage time, down a man. You got it in there. Tell us about that game. What does that mean for you guys?
Well, in the league right now, we have a pretty good run going on right now. I think that's 6 games unbeaten. And the game against Columbus was a big one because they've kind of had our number the past couple of years. So we were just coming off a big Open Cup win, and I think the whole team was pretty pumped up for the game. And anytime you're losing in the game, it's tough to come back from. And we've proved this whole year that our team has the fight and the character to come back from deficits, no matter how big they may be. So we just showed that fighting spirit, and we ended up coming back and getting a win with 10 men, which is a great feat and something that this team is really proud of.
You did a great job, Dax, at the under-20. Was it an easy transition back to your club?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the under-20s was a great experience, and when you're playing at that high level, it's easy to come back and integrate with the guys back on the team in Dallas. Been out of the team for a while, but then it's really easy to come back and just try to win your place back in the team.
So you go on the road this weekend to Houston. What are your thoughts about this game coming up?
Obviously, a huge game for us. Houston's had our number the past couple of years, and it's definitely really tough to go down and play in Houston. They have a big crowd and good support, so it's going to be a tough game. But we're on a good run right now in the league, and I think we're playing with a lot of confidence. So going to be a tough game, but I think we'll be able to come through.
Great. Thanks a lot for joining us, Dax.
Thanks for having me.
So Dax and FC Dallas go to Houston this weekend for a big Western Conference clash. Now, Dallas is the only team in the Western Conference with a winning record on the road. In fact, one of only 2 teams in all of MLS that has a winning record on the road. So, Shep, question comes up. How does a team not win on the road? These great teams, I think fans are always wondering, what is it about going on the road, either in MLS or in soccer in general, that makes it so difficult to win?
Well, Greg, there are a lot of components to it. I think the most important is when you're playing on the road, that home team, they come out with their fans. They feel the sense of urgency to dictate the pace of the game. You have to be a mature, sophisticated team to adjust your style on the road. And I think we find in Major League Soccer, those teams that have mature international players, because they're used to that home-away dynamic, they're the ones that do better.
Right, and you look at a team like New England, they're the other team with a winning record on the road. And New England has all that skill, they have all that ability to just kill a game, bring the pace down, dictate the pace, and lots of experience in a core group of players. I think the same is very true of Dallas right now, where they've got some good players in the middle there with Toja and Ricchetti that can control the pace of a game. Because to me, it seems on the road, it's about killing the air out of the game when the home team is really getting some momentum. It's about controlling the pace.
That's the game of soccer. You can't play the same style home and away and expect to get results. And it's usually those core spine players that a coach counts on to dictate the tempo, the rhythm of the game, that defensive midfielder, the attacking midfielder. Those are the guys that set the tempo.
Now, Los Angeles has been playing a lot of games on the road. They just had a 3-game road swing where they only got 1 point out of those 3. They go on the road again to New York this weekend. What do they have to do, because they need points, what do they have to do on the road to try and get something out of this?
Well, I'm a huge David Beckham supporter, fan. I think it's a great move for the league. Having said that, LA's got to forget about him. They really have to just focus without David Beckham. Who knows when he's going to get on the field, how he's going to help them. Landon Donovan, Frankie Yallop, they have to be focused to play without Beckham. They've got to start getting results.
Do you think it's possible for them to focus without Beckham or to drop Beckham, let's say?
I think you have enough talented people there, starting with Frankie Yallop, and I believe Landon Donovan can do it. They have to circle the wagons. I mean, David Beckham, the worldwide publicity, that's hurting the team right now.
Yeah. And somebody else has to score. That's the other question right now, because Alan Gordon and Carlos Pavone are not getting the job done. And who's going to score the goals? I mean, Landon has to step up, and that's what it really comes down to for them. Even on the road, I think they need points, so they actually have to press every game. In New York, it's going to be tough because New York looked pretty good this weekend.
Yeah, LA's running out of time, and they feel the pressure. They have the media spotlight of the world watching them, which makes it more difficult. But at the end of the day, in the locker room, Frankie Yallop knows what he's doing. They've got to focus on the next 90 minutes. They can't control anything else.
Well, Shep is on the bandwagon for LA. If you're on the bandwagon for anybody, for us or anyone else for that matter, you can email us at extratime@mlsnet.com. Unfortunately, that's all we have for you this week on MLSnet.com's Extra Time. I'm Greg Lalas, Shep Messing, and we'll be here next week to kick it around.